Everybody hates me until they need me. What professions are examples of this? Lawyers and mechanics. You want to have a good one of each. But you never want to have to call either of them. When I was a janitor, I got a lot of hate for knocking out my 8-hour day in 4 individual hour-long chunks of effort. I was always available for spills and got extra work done every day, but spent another 4 hours basically chilling, and management not once got on my case. The other employees despised this until a customer's colostomy bag somehow ruptured in the bathroom. From that day forward, none of them gave a fuck if I was just hanging out on my phone. The U.S. Coast Guard for fishermen and boaters. Usually there's a pretty good working relationship between them. But some hate the Coast Guard for the various inspections they do. But the USCG is also the ones who will come out there in a storm to rescue them. Except people hate me when they need me, too. Plastic surgeons. My uncle is a plastic surgeon and he does only reconstructive stuff. Fixing burn victims' faces and stuff like that. But when people ask him what kind of doctor he is and he says plastic surgeon, they usually kinda scoff. Lawyer here. The expectation that because you are a lawyer you know everything about every law everywhere. In reality, most lawyers are highly specialized. Not the clown. Dentists for sure. Accounting. All the trades guys. They're so expensive. Quote. Until that plumber shows up at 2 a.m. to prevent the sewage backup. Or the electrician that fixes an overloaded breaker panel, preventing a fire. Or the carpenter who builds the room for your toddler so you can get some sleep and maybe some sexy time. Definitely tradesman. Lawyer is going to be the most common answer to this question by far. But I suppose any licensed service provider could fall into this category, given the right context. Plumbers are another good example. Everyone thinks they're scum and crooks until the washing machine breaks down. Electricians, contractors, locksmiths, etc. They all fit this mold. Unless you work with them daily, you're not going to be seeing them very often. And you're only seeing them when there's a problem, so you're primed to be upset by the time they even show up. Psychologically, you associate the plumbing issue with the plumber, when ironically, the plumber is there to fix it. Everyone wants to shoot the messenger. IT people and network security professionals are another classic example of this effect. Any IT job requiring break-fix support. Basically, when everything works, it's good, it's supposed to work, and then when something goes wrong that's out of your control, it's, what did you do? Quote. When we did absolutely nothing to cause the problem. Haha. Lineman. Being called a lazy, overpaid drug addict by old men I don't even know. God forbid we go grab lunch or a coffee. Germany. I scrolled a long time and didn't find it. Fast food workers. They're the butt of every demeaning comment about a lack of achievement or the reason why minimum wage shouldn't be raised, blah blah blah. But those people get real quiet once they're ordering their Big Mac. Tow truck drivers. The guys actually trying to contact you about your car's extended warranty. Lawyers lol. Edit. Might delete this comment in a bit. Not used to getting 100 notifications a minute lol. Appreciate the engagement though. Witches seem to have a lot of people talk trash about them, but when the village monster shows up, people are very quick to look down on people who work retail or in the food industry. People openly disrespect sanitary workers and even USPS and DMV workers, but our society couldn't function without any of them. Honestly though, USPS and DMV workers are almost always rude, and because the US loves to make Simple things complicated. All the stupid rules at both the places are almost physically painful, and if I had to deal with it for 40 hours a week, I would probably be rude too. I was a rape crisis worker for a while. Every time I mentioned my job, it made people very uncomfortable. No one wanted to talk about my job or anything. But when I showed up at all hours to the call, everyone there was so happy to see me. Strange experience. Proctologist. Child protection caseworker. People generally hate us and vilify us, but man, when you need us, you need us. Most people genuinely do not understand the work that we do. I work in Australia, and I have been chased out of houses with knives, punched, had abuse hurled at us, had my kids threatened, the whole shebang, but we never stop trying to keep kids safe. Truck drivers. Everyone is either scared or annoyed at us. But good luck buying anything without truckers. I've been scrolling forever and haven't seen this yet. Scientific research. During downtime, we routinely get made fun of for doing pointless things like dropping balls down a waterfall or making people listen to sounds. Our staffing is small and we're chronically underfunded, which only gets made worse when some guy in a basement thinks he knows more about climate change than someone with a PhD, and politicians claim vaccines cause autism. But then a catastrophe happens and suddenly everyone looks to us to churn out answers at 300% speed.